Hey guys, it's day 11. We're switching it up a little bit. We figured it would be about time we give you a little bit more insight into who we are, and give you a little bit more of a shot of the shop here. It's also a Saturday, so for the first time ever, I'm not wearing a company shirt, and I'm really enjoying it. Today's not about me. We're actually going to be sitting down with Brady and covering a little bit of what he does, what he's good at, and what he's bringing to our project.
Yeah, so today we'll talk about me. I think tomorrow we're talking about you.
No, it's going to be David.
Oh, tomorrow we're talking about David.
Yeah. Right. And then we'll kind of switch it up from there. We're going to get Michelle in here as well. She, of course, did a bunch of the design for us. So we're going to kind of walk you through our team, who we are, what we bring to the project, and try and kind of connect with you guys in a bit of a better level, as well as trying to we're still trying to get those stretch goals figured out.
Yeah, we've been talking about our stretch goals for a couple of days now, since we hit our 100% super early. So we want to hear from you guys as far as stretch goals go. We've been chatting it over, figuring out what the best options are. I think it'll be a couple of days. And then
we've got a good 5 or 6 people message us, and we have some really good ideas. Everybody seems to kind of be hitting the same 3 things. So we're not going to tell you exactly what they are yet. We want to show you we can do it, so we're actually building it right now, and we'll show you what we can do and announce our stretch goals here real soon.
Cool.
But anyway, I guess the rest of today we're going to show you one game, and of course we're going to be talking to this guy. So let's get to it.
Let's do it. ALLCADE started in the midst of making the Blotendo cartridges. We had hundreds of these cartridges sitting around, and this was at the same time that Luke was already working on the ALLCADE project. He had the ALLCADE 5000. He'd been working on the ALLCADE 1000, and this was the first time I got to see the brains of the ALLCADE system. And the brains of the ALLCADE system are actually pretty small. They're only that big, and they can run an entire gaming system. And I said to him, well, can you take this and put it in one of these? And he smiled and said yes, that he could. And he made it happen. Now, when I was a kid, I had played on the original Nintendo a little bit. I was born in '86. The original Nintendo came out a little bit before that. But when I was, a young kid, I'd kind of been playing on that system. I never had a Super Nintendo growing up. I had a few friends that did, and they always loved playing around on it. But when I turned 10, that's when the N64 came out. And so when Lucas had his first ALLCADE little 8-bit series out, I kind of said, I was like, well, that's great. But I was an N64 kid. So is there any way that you're able to make that happen? And we got a case, and we took a look, and again, it barely fit in there. But Lucas doesn't back down from the challenges, so he stepped up, and I think he went through a couple different cases and a couple different Raspberry Pis to make it finally work. But he did make it work, and I think that's when I first got the big smile, because when I was 10, when I was 11, 12, running around, I remember going over to a friend's house. I remember going and grabbing the controller and just wrapping it up, and making sure that all the cord was nice and tight. Going to a friend's house and playing Mario Kart or playing GoldenEye, and that was really what triggered this campaign for me. To say, hey, I think that we can do this, and I think that other people can feel this way that I feel about this. Blotendo was my first successful campaign on Kickstarter. We hit 127% of our goal, which was absolutely amazing. We got a great response from everybody from it. Everybody who has completed their survey, it has shipped on time, or it's waiting for to be shipped if you haven't finished your survey. But everything should be on time, and it's ready to go. That's one of the important things about Kickstarter. Finish your surveys. Finish your surveys, and you'll get your product. Did a project last year that was just a small little website that I put up on the internet, and people kind of responded to it. It was an anonymous mailing website, and within the first 2 weeks, I had a couple of sales. Between week 2 and week 3, it was $200,000 in sales and nearly 10,000 orders. Being a bartender, that was a little bit of a new challenge for me, but never one to back down from a challenge, no matter what level it's at. I made sure I stepped up and got all those orders fulfilled. With both Dix by Mail and Blowtendo, I've learned something new each time. With Blowtendo especially, I learned the importance of being in touch with every customer. And so through our ALLCADE campaign, I've made sure to personally send a message to every single backer that we've had and say to them, thank you, first of all, and ask them what they would like to see in our campaign, because we're a flexible group. We've got an amazing team of people behind us. And so we can make a lot of really cool things happen, and we want to see what people want. If I could tell our backers one thing, first of all, it's going to be thank you for the tremendous support. You know, fully funded within 8 days is just amazing. So first of all, thank you guys. Secondly, to people that are kind of looking at this and wondering, this is a system that we're making, and we're making it for you. We have so many things that we can do with this, and that's why we're doing daily videos to show you guys exactly what we're capable of. We want to add new features, we want to do new things, but we want to hear from you guys what you want those features to be. So feel free to leave us comments, feel free to send us messages, because we respond to all of them, and we want to keep this nice and open. We still have to show you a little bit of gameplay from our video, but in the full effort of transparency, that's who I am. I'm Brady. This is what I do. Alright guys, so we just got our sword and shield here at Ocarina of Time. And considering I never had to do that before, I took a little bit longer than I wanted to. But that's kind of the nice thing, being able to go back and play some of the old games. So now we're just talking to the, is it Deku tree? The mustache tree. What happens if you say no? Roll credits? Alright. Hopefully we're getting into some action now. One of my favorite things in these old games is when they just tell you how to use all the controls, but it's like characters telling you. Alright. So now I think we're inside the Deku tree. We're just gonna go around, show you guys a little bit of gameplay, hopefully come across some, oh, there we go. Come across some, different sort of enemies, different monsters, just hopefully test the system a little bit, see you guys, let you guys see that everything does work. As we said, this is one of our more requested games, so being able to show you that we can in fact play it, definitely. Oh. Maybe I can climb those. little chain chompers and Mario. So Mario was always my game, so. I think I dropped something over there. Yeah. So that and the mustache is what tells us that the Deku Tree is a boy. Does have nuts, so. I know if you can't use any of this stuff here, look. Whoa. Can I still get up there anyway? Oh!
I think.
Jeez.
I think you might need a bow and arrow for those guys. I can't remember how to. Maybe I'm wrong.
Oh, good. Somebody. Oh, man. Well, at least you don't die when you fall 50 feet, right? Just like real life. Alright, you guys gotta get past him. Or not. I just get into this thing. Oh,
It's a
there we
bow
go.
and arrow. I was wrong.
It's not a bow and arrow at all. It's dungeon map. I think it's actually Windows 95 symbol, but maybe I'm wrong. This game is actually pretty fun, so. So I open doors in real life. Alright. It's ominous. Any help on this one here, Luke?
I think you have to go into the targeting mode, the trigger thing. Know where to use your shield.
I use the shield.
I think it's right shoulder.
There you go. You got my back, I appreciate that. Alright, that's weird. Luckily, these are money bushes.